Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Collegiate Hearthstone, the Collegiate Star League Hearthstone Saturday Skills Challenge. Today we're going to have FroztBitten from Penn State facing off against Paradox 101 from UNC, and they're doing a bit of an interesting format here with their decks. It's going to be best of 5 conquest, and they can only use one type of card in their deck. They can use 2 copies in that deck, but basically what will happen is they'll pick a class, and they'll be able to use 2 cards of a type in one deck, but they can have 3 decks total. So I guess that's a little bit confusing, but it makes sense if you think about it, right? Because if you have 2 cards of one card, like you can have 2 Fiery War Axe in the first deck, but if you have 2 Fiery War Axe in that deck, then you can't have any Fiery War Axes in either of the other decks. Like let's say if you picked Warrior, or if you picked Warlock, you could only have 2 Mortal Coils in one deck, but you couldn't have any Mortal Coils in any of the other decks. So it works like that with whatever classes they pick. We'll see what they brought today, but it's going to be myself, Nomodogan, and Chandyland casting today. Chandy, how are you? Are you here?
I am. I'm doing well.
Okay, cool. That rules explanation for me. I'm trying to make it clear because we did have it a little bit different, but we made a little bit of a change towards the end here. It was more of a Highlander format, but just to make things a bit smoother with the deck building process, we made it so the players could play 2 of a certain card. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing. And we'll be jumping into our match pretty shortly here, I think. But looking at the decks that the players submitted, it should be some interesting stuff that we see. I don't want to spoil the classes yet. We'll see them in just a moment. But these decks should be a lot of fun for this best of 5 conquest match that we're going to have for you guys today.
Right. We got a little sneak peek at the decks earlier, and some of them look pretty crazy, so I'm excited to see how this pans out.
Yep.
And so we did allow wild format, actually. So players are allowed to use the cards from any set. So we're going to be seeing a good mix of cards.
Alright, the players are in game actually, and we've got FroztBitten with Warlock. He had a turn 1 zombie chow against Paradox's Mage. And it looks like Paradox had a spider tank that got played, and it got killed off by something. But it looks like it's some sort of mech mage. And Paradox has something like a zoo deck here with Soulfires and Doomguard, Shadowbolt, Earth and Ring Farseer. That's a little bit different, but hey, he can only use these cards in one of his decks, so the cards you see here will not be able to be used in either of his other decks, if we get to see them.
Right. And Paradox has kind of gone with like Mech Mage, with a couple of new cards. I see this new card Psychotron, kind of like the big Annoyotron. FroztBitten kind of going for, whoa, Renounced Darkness. I want to see that played. I actually have not seen this played in Constructed yet.
I know some people were trying it out because it's like, wow, that's great value. It's like a little Theracin, right? You make everything cheaper. But the thing is, you know, when you get a bunch of random cards, you might just get a bunch of junk that you don't really get to use. For those of you guys who don't know, Renounced Darkness, 2 mana, replace your hero power and warlock cards with another class's. The cards cost 1 less. So I'm not 100% sure, but I think when you play the card, it just turns you into another class entirely. It doesn't mix a class with like other classes. I'm pretty sure like if you get Priest's hero power, you also get a bunch of Priest cards. I could be wrong though.
So let's see, how is FroztBitten going to take care of this fellow over here? He has the option to just not deal with it this turn if he doesn't want to. He can just pull the Doom card out of his hand.
Or he could double Soulfire.
Right.
See how things pan out for him. I mean, I don't know that would be the best line of play, but he's going to go ahead and trade in his Void Caller there. Okay, it looks like he's going to use 1 Soulfire.
Whoa, we're not Darkness. We going in for it.
Yeah, he's gonna go for like priest and get a shadow or death, right? I mean, that'd
Right,
be pretty
easy.
good.
Easy.
Mech Mage actually makes a lot of sense with this, though. Even though, you can only use. Okay, it looks like you got Mage, and he greets his opponent as he plays it. Lots of milling going on here. Well played comes out from Paradox. Yeah, a few interesting cards milled out. I guess a lot of them are what you would normally expect from Mech Mage. But hey, here's a new addition, as this is wild format that we're playing in, as you guys might have noticed. But we've got a Psychotron. Anotron's older brother, which is carrying the torch for him now in Standard. Keeping the dream alive for the Trons. But FroztBitten is going to have a couple of good trades this turn. Then he can Earth Ring Farseer on his Doomguard to heal it up. And the milling is going to continue. He's already down to 5 cards in his deck from this Fel Reaver, which, to be honest, hasn't accomplished a whole lot. And now it's going to get frozen. He shows the second Fel Reaver. Which, I mean, I guess when you're already out of cards, the second Fel Reaver is pretty good because, like, there's basically no downside when you have no deck left. But then again, when you have no deck left, you're going to be, dying to fatigue. So,
Right.
this
So,
still could
Paradox
be
here is like,
any person's
okay,
team.
is he gonna play both of them? Right. Like he said, he's got 4 cards left, so he's getting decked down either way here. So he's like, alright, let's just go for the double Fel Reaver.
Man, it's really too bad that FroztBitten didn't get any mechs because he got himself a Blast Mage.
Right.
As Paradox definitely has 2 of those in his deck. Wow. This is going to make for a very fast game 1, and we're already in fatigue. FroztBitten going for lethal damage. Can Paradox survive the turn?
It's actually lethal on board from Paradox's side.
Oh yeah, but what's the secret? It's just a counter spell. So FroztBitten.
Maybe he's going for the bluff ice block or barrier there.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe FroztBitten thinks that's his only chance of winning.
Or maybe Paradox will like, cause he didn't attack at first, right? Maybe he's thinking about how he's gonna trade here.
Yeah, what in the world is happening? Paradox has got to consider, like, well, he could make all kinds of calculations, but he's got an Enhancement Academy. Might as well get that on board and see what he gets here.
We got that Wind Fury Fel Reaver.
Yeah, and since that's the case, I think you might as well just go for lethal. And if it's an ice block, I'm pretty sure he could survive the next turn and still win the game anyways.
Oh, he doesn't see it. I was like, I want to see
goodness.
PM Arcade Intellect.
Yeah, and an Anomalous has been drawn. Not like it's actually gonna matter, it's just pretty funny. Renounce Darkness.
But it's still not gonna matter at the moment because he's got that Wind Fury on the. I think he just realized that he missed it.
Yeah, but yeah, it probably won't matter.
that awkward moment.
What?
Yeah, we got the whoops thrown out by Paradox.
Such a great emote. I'm so glad they gave that emote to Jaina. It just seems like it fits. You imagine wizard or whatever she is, and she messes up a little spell or something. It's just whoops. Like, I don't know, something went wrong. But I think this is going to be the win for Paradox, unless somehow it gets... Okay, a Boombot for 4 could actually... if the Boombot hit face for 4,
right.
FroztBitten would have won the game right there. So he played to his outs, I mean, gotta give him credit for that. But, yeah, Paradox is going to take game 1 with his Mech Mage over FroztBitten's Zoo-esque Warlock deck. Yeah, so as we mentioned earlier, they're going to have to stick with these classes. It is a conquest format, so now that what's his name got the win with the mage deck, right? That's what happened. I'm completely losing my train of thought here. Um, but we're going to be getting ready for this next match. Paradox took the win with his Mage deck, so they're gonna have to stick to Mage and Warlock. That's
Right.
what's happening, and still got a couple more awesome lists that we could see here. Paradox has got to change his deck, and FroztBitten may or may not change his. We'll see. Man, one of these deck lists I really want to see him play. I don't want to ruin it yet, but I'm looking at this list and it looks pretty epic, if I do say so myself. I mean, I could just give you the name of the deck, I guess. It's called Cock Block Lock.
Right. I saw that one too, and I was like, this one looks interesting for sure.
I really like how they actually put some names on these, or at least FroztBitten did. Unfortunately, Paradox didn't give his decks any exciting names, at least as far as we can see. Maybe he did, but
Right. Just looking over the deck list, it looks like they kind of start off like trying to be similar to like normal like zoo or tempo lists, and then they go a little bit crazy,
yeah.
which will definitely be interesting. So you saw that Paradox showed off his like sort of mech mage list just now. So he's got a couple options left. We'll see if he uses up the mech mage again or if he goes for another one of his lists.
All right, looks like we're jumping into game 2. Paradox up 1-0. All right, looks like FroztBitten is sticking with it here. He's got the Renounced Darkness deck once again. And it looks like Paradox has gone with something like a Freeze Mage list now.
Alright.
Extraordinary. Yep, they added the new WoW emotes, which, you know, are kind of, I mean, they're cool. I don't really understand why they took out the sorry emote, but like, I think it'd be cooler if there were 7 emotes in the game, but I don't know. I mean, do you know more of the details of why they did that, Chandy?
Not sure. I'm not sure if it was just like considered 2 PM or they just wanted to spice up the emotes. But I mean the WoW emotes have been pretty entertaining so far.
Yeah, I really like the shaman one. they play their.
So FroztBitten's gone straight in with this Renounced Darkness here. He's got himself what looks to be like a Rift Druid hand.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting a little off topic, but I'm just like thinking about shaman, and it's like, you know, like they play their turn 1 Tunnel Trog, and then they play something else that overloads, and they just play a bunch more stuff, and eventually they kill you on turn 4, and then it's like, that's incredible. Like, come on, man.
Right.
But anyways, we're gonna see a Mire Keeper here, and he's going to go ahead and increase his mana up to
Makes
4.
sense looking at his hand here. He's gone full ramp druid here. He's got Aviana, he's got Agent of War.
Yeah, I think Mire Keeper is such a versatile and like strong card, because usually ramp cards aren't really that powerful later in the game, but he can still be like a 4 mana for a 3/3 and a 2/2, which is not bad even later in the game. Or early in the game, if you want the extra mana crystals, you can go for that. So I really like that card.
Right, I've been playing with it a little. I've been liking it, even for the extra body, which doesn't seem that impactful at first. On turn 4, it can actually help you clean up a lot of the aggro minions.
Yeah, if you're playing against something like Zoo and you just need board presence right now, it can definitely give you what you want in that situation. But
Right.
Renounced Darkness gonna be doing some work here.
So are we uprooting? Are we gonna see an uproot?
I'm ready. I mean, let's see it, FroztBitten. What are you gonna do? It's unlikely it's gonna attack anyways.
Alright, no uproot this turn. Looks like we're just gonna go with the second Shredder and the Mountain Raptor. Very, very sticky board against any kind of AoE. We got that Blizzard off the top for Paradox. See if he goes for it. Yep.
Also, something to note is proper Shredder placement here.
Right. Oh, that Jungle Moon could go terribly wrong for you against Freeze Mage.
Injured Gvaldir is actually like the best 1-drop you can possibly get off of that mounted
Right.
raptor.
Right.
Not sure if it's actually going to matter that he got that against something like a Flame Strike, but Flame Strike not very effective, like you said. Board. Extraordinary. FroztBitten now role-playing, of course, as a druid, even though he was a warlock at the start of the game. What an interesting card, like Renounced Darkness. It does make for some fun games, but I doubt it'll actually be played in in like competitive decks, you know, as time goes on. Maybe people are trying it out and seeing if it can be viable, but I feel like whenever there's a card with that much RNG, Blizzard usually makes it so it's not actually good enough to be played in competitive, but who knows? Maybe we'll see it win a tournament at some point. Alright, Emperor Theresen is being hovered now for Paradox. Nope, it's gonna be a Blizzard. You see a Frog and an Amani Berserker come out of those shredders. Aviana is ready to go here if FroztBitten wants to play her, but usually you would rather play her on a turn where you can immediately follow her up with other minions, because she's only a 5/5 herself. So if you play her immediately and she gets killed off by something, I mean, maybe even like a fireball, a Flame Strike can't quite do it yet because he wouldn't be able to play it in ping, but he's still going to go with the Ancient Award, just be safe. Jungle Moonkin also sitting here in FroztBitten's deck.
Right. I wonder, we're probably not going to get to see any sweet Aviana value. This Flame Strike's going to go off here, clears up everything minus the Ancient of War.
Ooh.
Savagery.
Yeah, he's even got the combo of Savage Roar with Savagery, and he can Jungle Moonkin to increase the spell damage off of Savagery.
Wow. The combos are real.
Yeah, against Freeze Mage, that's not, you know, it's not amazing, but yeah, he's just gonna go for the Savage Roar Ice Block pop here. Oh yeah, I gotta take a look at the name for this deck from FroztBitten. What is it called? It's called Repent My Sins. Okay, I get it, because, you know, Renounced Darkness, I guess is the theme here.
Right.
And Alex Strauss is gonna get played defensively for Paradox. I'm a lord. It's been drawn by FroztBitten. Extraordinary. Aviana and Malorn both get played. He holds off on the Jungle Moonkin. Now an Archmage Antonidas Frost Nova combo is going to get played for Paradox. My goodness, what is happening? Some of these statements I thought I would never say while like casting a Hearthstone match, but here we are.
Wow, so how much we could actually do like we could do 5 damage to the face with Savagery right now.
Yeah, that is pretty ridiculous.
Wait, so we're getting very close. Do we go in and throw in the Savagery now while we have the armor? Is the question. I don't think we can play the Moonkin because we'll die to spell power absolutely, but.
Well, I guess Savagery can only deal damage to minions.
Oh.
It used to deal damage to heroes. It was actually nerfed like a long time ago, I think, like in beta. It used to be able to, like, I think it was like an AoE effect. It will deal damage equal to your attack to all enemies, but yeah, we're just gonna see some burn coming out from Paradox. He's got the board frozen. He's got to be feeling pretty comfortable. And this Renounced Darkness deck not really panning out for FroztBitten, although it is really entertaining to watch. Wait, is this lethal? No, because, yeah. Wait, why did the Ice Barrier pop up? Okay, that's a little bit strange.
Whoa.
I guess he...
Yeah, that was a interesting bug there.
Yeah, I don't think it actually mattered because Savagery can't hit face, so yeah, there's no way that was lethal, but man.
If Savagery could hit face.
What a crazy game. But yeah, that's going to be Paradox taking another win up to a 2-0 lead already. Keep in mind, this is just a best-of-5 Conquest match. Paradox is going to be down to his last deck here. So as long as it's a pretty solid one, and he could close this out, he could just take this in a 3-0 fashion.
Right. I mean, credits to FroztBitten for bringing some very unusual decks, though. This like the first time I've seen Renounced Darkness played, and it's definitely entertaining to watch.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess that's why I like cards like that a lot, you know, like from Blizzard, just because they're so fun to play with. Even if you can't really play them in like a competitive deck, you know, you just hop into casual mode or whatever.
I've been seeing all the people toying with Yogg-Saron and having all these crazy outcomes with it.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, best card ever invented.
But other people just get like killed by their own Yogg-Saron or like fatigued to death by it. I've seen it go both ways. So
right. So it's just way unpredictable.
Yeah, it is really unpredictable. But all right, looks like FroztBitten is still gonna stick with this deck. I mean, we can tell it's the same one because he's still got the Zombie Chow and the Loot Hoarder.
Right.
And as we know, he can't play those cards in any other deck if he has them in one of his decks. So he really wants the Renounced Darkness to take the game, or maybe he can just win the game without drawing it. That might be another solid option. But Paradox is down to his last deck. And looking at the list, I think this is more of a mid-range deck. It's got a few interesting choices that we might see come up, but you know, you are kind of limited in this format that we've got going on here. And there's a Forbidden Flame. I've seen a few people trying that card out. I personally kind of like it just on first glance. I haven't played with it yet, but it's a little bit like flexible. I mean, obviously it's not super efficient because if you pay 4 mana and deal 4 damage, you could have just had like a Fireball for 4 mana 6 damage.
Right. And also Shadow Ball can't go face. But it's the closest thing that Warlocks have to Darkball now. Alright, so...
Yep.
Looks like Paradox is going to be bringing out some sort of Cthulhu Tempo Mage? Cthulhu Mage? Unless he's using this card without Cthulhu in his deck. Alright, so there's actually no Cthulhu in his deck, he's just using it as a 2-drop. Alright. So FroztBitten looks like he's thinking about whether he's just gonna go in with his Renounced Darkness right now.
Yeah, looks like he sticks with the Loot Hoarder here. Yeah, wow, we haven't seen a Cthulhu yet from either of these players.
Right, no Cthulhu deck.
I guess they're just so sick of playing against it on ladder, and maybe they played their own decks because like Cthulhu decks have seemed like they're everywhere over these past couple of days. And here it is again, the Renounced Darkness. Extraordinary comes out from FroztBitten, and he's Mage again. We saw this in game 1. Didn't work out. Druid didn't work out in game 2. Let's see if Mage can pull out the win this time in game 3. Paradox just keeping up the aggression. A Flame Leviathan gets drawn and deals 2 damage to all enemies for FroztBitten.
That actually worked out.
Wow,
so
Renounced Darkness.
The Flamewaker entity, right? Probably paying off this more.
Yeah, that actually looks really solid. Man, who would have thought, you know, we're casting a match and we see a Renounced Darkness into a Flame Leviathan draw to deal 2 damage.
This could actually be game winning. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really strong. Oh my goodness, it's really hard for me to like stop laughing right now, just because this game is so ridiculous at this moment. Man, if only competitive Hearthstone were like this, I guess people wouldn't really take it that seriously, but still, just have some laughs every so often.
Right.
We've got Water Elementals on both sides of the board. Flamewaker up for FroztBitten. He's got his choice of Counterspell or Pouted Shredder. Pouted Shredder does look pretty good. He's going to go ahead and freeze the opposing Water Elemental.
Wow, and then this curve that FroztBitten has here. We got Flame Leviathan into Boom.
Flame
Great.
Leviathan.
Alright, so he's actually going to be able to... Oh, I think he wanted to go for the Lance there. Didn't realize that it would do 0 damage. He had 0 mana left. The Forbidden Flame, rather.
Yeah, he might have wanted to.
So, we can take out one of these minions here if we want to play our Flame Leviathan on curve, or we could go for the double secrets.
Wait a second, did this unstable portal just get a BGH? And now
Right.
BGH is back to like its
Oh
old
my
mana
gosh.
cost?
It's gonna come down on the Flame Leviathan or the Dr. Boom. It's pretty hilarious.
It's not quite to its old mana cost, because unstable portal is 2 and then reduces by 3, so technically it's 4 mana total. But hey, it's almost there. BGH is mad about the BGH unnerfed, yeah. As someone mentioned in chat. But yeah, he's back, boys. Blizzard knows they made a mistake. I mean, I don't know. I was actually pretty happy with the BGH nerf, but now that we see that Shaman card, that, what is it, like 4 mana 7/7 Overload 2? Something like that?
If it wasn't nerfed, like everyone would play it in all their decks.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be pretty strong.
Alright, so are we gonna see the Dr. Boom come down here, followed up by the BGH snipe?
Of course, play Dr. Boom. I mean, who's playing BGH? Like 5 mana.
It's 7
BGH?
mana. I have Dr. Boom in my hand. Is it time to play Dr. Boom?
Yep, we are back to the old days. This is wild format, of course. Dr. Boom is back, boys. BGH is back.
Question is, does he freeze off this Azure Drake here? It removes the possibility of like a Frostbolt or something else being an option, and we can also pay it off after. I think that's fine.
Yep, does go ahead and freeze that.
Little does he know.
We're gonna see an Arcane Missiles first. I guess he's hoping to take out these boom bots, and he does actually take out both of them.
Right, that's actually good sequencing because he also there was a duplicate up. He would have given him 2 Dr. Booms.
Yeah, that could have been really bad, especially
Right.
now that your BGH is gone. That you got off of Unstable Portal, which is ridiculously low odds now.
Right.
As you know, with Old Gods being in the game, there's even more minions. What in the world? I didn't even know that was possible. Renounced Darkness can put 2 of the same card in the. I mean, there could be more Flame Leviathans waiting later in the day. You know, I never thought I would see the day where we would see Renounced Darkness into Flame Leviathan, let alone into a second Flame Leviathan.
We gotta make Dr. Boom again.
Can someone please tell me what is happening this game?
Oh my god.
Alright, but we're gonna see a normal card come into play, a Sylvanas. This draw is not a Flame Leviathan, it's a Mirror Entity. Dr. Flame, indeed.
Wow, that perfect polymorph. We're gonna see a win from the Renounced Darkness deck? This is pretty great.
Yeah, this could be.
Actually, there might have been a possible lethal here. If he hit the bomb end to the sheep instead, and ping the other bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, he might have been able to hit it, but Mirror Entity is gonna steal away a Ragnaros, the Fire Lord.
Right.
Extraordinary, says FroztBitten, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna be lethal. Yeah, it did not hit the Flame Leviathan. He's got lethal in a lot of ways. He could play the second Flame Leviathan for BM. Alright, he's going for the board clear BM. Ooh, Boombot didn't hit lethal. Frostbolt his own. Okay, never mind. He's Frostbolting the worm, and he's gonna Ragnaros lethal.
Wow, what a game.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess we've got a series now. Paradox is up 2-1. FroztBitten could make a comeback. But
That was pretty
unfortunately,
insane. I think, sorry, what were you saying?
I was just gonna say we aren't gonna see any more Renounced Darkness because now he won with the deck, and since it's Conquest format, he has to use one of his other ones. So feels bad, man.
Feels bad. I think those Flame Leviathans MVPs.
Yeah, two Flame Leviathans. You know, if you guys are looking to win in wild format, just put 2 Flame Leviathans in your deck, and see how that works out for you. But I mean, Frostbitten still has a lot of, or a couple of other awesome decks here that we could see come into play. Whereas Paradox is still just going to be stuck on this deck for the remainder of the games.
Right.
Alright, getting ready to go here. Decks have been selected, players are getting into game. Alright, this is the deck that I wanted to see from Frostbitten. And there's one of the reasons why. You can see, you can actually see him in his hand and a Hellfire. You know, if you need board clear, he's got it. Shadow Flame as well, and a Cho'Gall is here in the hand of Frostbitten. This is Cock Block Lock, ladies and gentlemen. Turn 1 Mana Worm comes out from Paradox. The greeting from Frostbitten. No return greeting. It's just gonna be a Sorcerer's Apprentice, and yep. Deathlord is gonna be the draw. So I think with this deck, Frostbitten is just looking out to stall out the game until later. Paradox is definitely looking to end the game early. And alright, Paradox goes with a bit of a late greeting there. He now says hello. But he's got a Spellslinger's hand. Frostbitten doesn't choose to tap. Doesn't want to take that damage. Because it could actually end up mattering, even though he does miss out on a card. He knows he's going to be taking a lot of damage. And hey, he's also playing around the fatigue draw, or the card getting burned from Spellslinger, right? Actually, his hand would have been at 10 cards, so he wouldn't have burned a card.
Right.
Death does not scare me.
Alright, Deathlord comes into play. Frostbitten looking to stall out the game with this, but a 0-mana Flame Cannon is going to make quick work of this, along with, I guess, a couple of trades. He's considering Shadow Forming. But yeah, he's just going to Hero Power trade the Sorcerer's Apprentice. What does he get? A Faceless Summoner. That is not that bad, I think. A 5/5 off of the Deathlord.
Alright. So how is Frostbitten gonna deal with this here? He's got a Shadow Flame, but he's got nothing to Shadow Flame. Hellfire doesn't quite do it with this 3/4 and 5/5 on board now.
Yeah, and it would also leave a 3/1 up, as well as the 5/2 if he did play the Hellfire. Wow. Frostbitten's got his back up against the wall. He does have a Feral Rage, which can gain him some armor, but that's not going to accomplish a whole lot, since Paradox has so much damage right now.
What does he do in this situation? Does he go for the heal? Alright, so he's staring down 5 plus 8, staring down 13 damage on board. Okay, so Belcher, looks like he's going for the Belcher. Alright, Belcher seems fine. Eats up 7 damage.
Alright, Unstable Portal pulls out the Bloodsail Cultist, and here is the Shadow Form created by Spellslinger.
Oh man.
As if he needed this. I mean, he's already so far ahead at this point, and Frostbitten is going to be a lot of trouble. Another thing that doesn't die to Hellfire comes into play.
Right. So if Paradox had to trade in his minions into the Belcher, like using the 5-drop and the 2-drop, then Frostbitten would have been in a good spot to AoE here, but now he's left in the same sticky spot as he was in before. There's no way to clear this board cleanly.
Yep, and a nerfed BGH isn't going to be able to accomplish much.
Oh no! 3-mana BGH, where are you?
Yep, I think this is where he would have needed to draw in a Flame Leviathan into a Hellfire combo to board clear, but... yeah, I mean, he already drew into Flame Leviathan twice in one game, so... He's just gonna gain 8 armor. And I
Feral
don't see
Rage.
I don't see how he's gonna come back here. He's really gonna need a miracle.
Right. So this is how much damage? 15 plus 4? 19 damage? Or 1 off lethal? Two off, my mistake.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, but unfortunately we aren't gonna get to see the rest of FroztBitten's deck here. I mean, he could help our, and everything dies, including himself. I guess not every minion, but he's gonna tap. Might as well. And Hellfire to kill off some minions, but this is gonna be Paradox taking the win. 3-1 over FroztBitten with these evil mage decks. Over the Warlock decks.
We've got that Dark Jaina coming in for the win.
Yeah, that shadow formed Jaina was pretty scary. But man, those Renounced Darkness games were really fun to watch, I have to say.
Right.
I hope we can see more of that in the future.
Right, that was definitely the highlight game of the match.
Yeah, Mage did come out in the clutch form really well in that last game due to the Devil Flame Leviathan. Yeah, it's definitely going to be one for the history books there. But I think that is going to be all for today. That best of 5 conquest match. We hope you guys enjoyed. And tomorrow we're going to have the All-Star match, which would be best of 5, I believe, or I'm still not 100% sure on the rules, but we did our draft yesterday on Twitter, of course,
Right.
of our players, and yeah, that'll be starting at 12 p.m. PST, and yeah, once again to go over our picks for that match. My picks were, of course, Agent Q52 from RMU, Lucky from Cornell, and FroztBitten from Penn State. And yeah, they'll be up against your lineup, of course, Chandy. We'll see who will win there. FroztBitten didn't have his time to shine today, I guess, but tomorrow, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Right. And so my team will be up against Nomos. I picked Noblar from Rutgers, Yatiers from UC Berkeley, and Sheikah from Marist. So we're gonna face off tomorrow. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, sounds pretty good to me. So once again, thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to come back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific to check out that All-Star match. And we'll see you guys then.
Alright, and so stay tuned. The StarCraft 2 skill challenge is canceled for today, but League will be up next 3 p.m. PST. And so stay tuned if you're interested in some more League action. And yeah, so I think that's all for today. We'll see you guys soon.